Hi loves, welcome back to my channel. If this is your first time seeing me, hello, hi. I have a story I want to share. I don't know if it is worth sharing, but I'm going to share it and I'm going to try it and make it very quick. I want to share how I survived as a mathematics statistics student of University of Port Harcourt. It wasn't an easy journey, and I have a whole lot of experience that I would like to share that might actually help a young person out there trying to figure out how you're going to do with the course that you're finding difficult, or just encourage one or two persons out there. So basically, I went to Queen of the Rich Secondary School in Nsukka, my town, and in SS2 they give you either science or arts. You're meant to pick, but in my school they put you in science or art depending on your performance. So I did very well in science courses during my SS1, so they had to put me to science. My other sister advised me against that because she was like, oh, you are not very good at maths, you're very weak when it comes to maths. But I was like, peer pressure and everything. All my friends were in science class and I wanted to wear lab coats, if that makes sense. So because of that, I said no, I want to be in science. So my strength, it's not like my strength wasn't there, but I'm someone that works very hard. If I want something, I work very hard to get it. So in my SS1, I really worked very hard, and that is why I made good grades that made them give me science. But you have the power to decline and say you want arts, but I stayed. So coming to university, I did basic before entering uni. JAM, if you know Nigerian system, JAM beats me several times. So I did university, I did basic. Basic is like prelim, the normal prelim, but Uniport call it basic. There is basic and there's certificate. Certificate is for art students and basic is for science students. So I did basic. Basic will give you an edge to get 2 admission, because you're going to still write your normal JAM and your post-UME and you're still doing basic. So basic can give you admission, and post-UME will give you admission, and you can choose anyone. I applied for pure computer science and they gave me mathematics computer science under mathematics statistics department. Going into mathematics, I know that I don't have that strength when it comes to mathematics, and I didn't do further maths when I was in secondary school. So it was a whole very big challenge that I had to face. My girlfriend Benita then was like, Neka, how are you going to cope with mathematics knowing that you are someone that is struggling with mathematics? I was like, I'm going to try my best. So year one as a science student in University of Port Harcourt is the hardest thing ever. We are thousands of students under one hall, which is called MBA 1. There is MBA 1 and there is MBA 2. But we are plenty in one hall. There is no AC, there is no fan. A whole lot of time you are sweating. You cannot even hear the lecturer, especially when you are at the back seat. You cannot hear the lecturer. So if you don't have good knowledge of the courses in your secondary school, you are bound to fail in year one. So by year one, I have not really figured out my strengths and weakness. So I've struggled and I didn't do very well in my year one. My grades were really very low. Year two first semester was still the same thing. I was still struggling, trying to read. I've not figured out what works for me. So year two second semester, that is when I figured out what really works for me. So I have to say, if you want to succeed and you are finding a course very difficult, first of all, do self-discovery check. Find out what works for you. What is your strength? How can you do well? Are you a student that when the lecturer is teaching in the class, you understand? Or are you the one that have to read before you understand? So I fall into this second category. For me to understand, I have to read again, summarize, jot down before I can actually remember. So my retentive memory is not the type that you have to just glance through and voila, everything I've entered. I have a girlfriend like that, Benita, my friend. She just has to read once and she's okay with the course. I remember being in her house one time that we were preparing for exam and she was watching Telemundo and was telling me to join. I was like, guy, we have exam and you're telling me to watch Telemundo with you. She was like, rest now, rest. I said, no, I cannot rest, because I found out that I wasn't like her. So I found out my how poorly and how I can understand in my year two second semester. So then I paid a tutorial guy. His name is George White. I paid him for a private class, so he started tutoring me. He's the one that at least gave me a good background and made me pick up, and year 3 I was doing better. Secondly, you have to do away with friends that are not going the same path as you, friends that doesn't have the same reading or understanding pattern as you. I had girlfriends, 2 friends, and all we did then was chill, press phone, talk about stuffs, and just relax. Then 2 weeks to exam, we start running around, going to the classroom, doing night class overnight, trying to prepare for exam in 2 weeks. So I identified that that wasn't healthy for me. I cannot remember everything. Sorry, my iPhone storage is filled up, so I have to film with my Samsung. So in 2 weeks, I cannot remember everything that I read, and that is why the life-changing step that I took was getting a tutorial guy to actually tutor me and created a path for me. Year 2 second semester, that's when I actually started doing very well. My grade that year was nice. Year 3, I started doing very well. I can go inside the exam hall, write, and get up and leave without even turning back. I just want to say, we are all smart, we are all very intelligent. You just have to discover what works for you as a student. You have to discover what you can do to get your grades up. You have that quality, you have that potential in you. You just have to sit down and study. A lot of us Nigerians, a lot of us students are not studying. How do you expect to pass if you don't study? You just have to sit down. That discipline habit, you just have to be disciplined. Cultivate that habit. Get up and study. When I changed my reading pattern, I started reading immediately after the lecture. I would go to the library. I made the library my best friend because I noticed that I am somebody that gets distracted very easily. People distract me. So discover the kind of person you are and you walk with your kind of person. Do what makes you a better person, because at the end of it all, what matters is what did you achieve, what did you come out with. I have a lot of my set mates that are still rewriting their courses. They have not graduated up until 2022. They graduated 2019. I graduated without having to waive any course, no extra year, no carryover. I graduated with the first list, and I am sharing this because those steps that I took was a life-changing step that enabled me. I look back at a lot of the decisions that I made, and I'm so proud of myself. I am so proud that I can be in an exam hall and I will write finish and I'll be telling others. There is that joy that comes with it. Before then, I used to finish my exam and I'll be very sad after each exam. I was living a roller coaster life from the lecture hall to the library to my house. And I am so proud to tell you that all my years in the University of Port Harcourt, I cannot remember ever calling anybody to write a test for me or write assignment for me. I can beat my chest to that. I was always in class, even though they used to address me as these girls. Some people see me and the first impression is, this one came to fail mathematics. That this girl cannot succeed in this department. She doesn't look like a serious person because of the way I dress. Because I am actually someone that loves dressing very well right from time. So I wear my canvas. I like to look very nice. They term it as unserious. When I say I want to do this, I get it done. So I hope this video helps. I don't want to make it too long. I hope this video helps 1 or 2 persons out there. Even if it's not in academics, sit up. Anything you want to do, get up and get it done, and you are going to be proud of yourself that you did it. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe to my channel, like this video, and comment. Your comments will really do great to me. It will make me feel good and make me feel that I actually impacted in someone's life. See you in another video. Take care.